Welcome to a show that we don't have a name for. And Haylock is disappeared.
It's gone. There he is.
Okay. Well, we are off to a great start here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back for another episode.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I was expecting a Aussie around.
Is it
Hello.
working?
There it is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Technical
There we
difficulties. Apologies.
No worries. Well, it is early in the morning. Wait, what time do you normally wake up if you're like, it's like 7, right?
Oh, no, I've got Roboto Chatfield. Is that me or you?
I think it's you.
Oh, it's me. Andrew's frozen. It is a nice face to be frozen on. Oh, it's back. Damn, it's moving again. Sorry, what was the question? What time is it? Too early, bro.
Yeah. What time do you normally wake up? How much of a degenerate author are you?
There's varying degrees. Sometimes I get pretty good and I wake up nice and early. It is not one of those days recently. Not one of those days recently. I've not had any of those days recently. I've been waking up at like 10 or so.
That's not the worst.
Yeah.
It's not Brian levels of
Yeah, that's exactly
going-
what we were all thinking.
Yeah. We keep talking in the morning or my morning, and I'm like, man, are you okay to meet? Like keep meeting at 4 a.m. your time? He's like, yeah, I'm either like going to sleep in 2 hours or I've just woken up. Like, dude, are you okay?
No.
I don't know how he does it. I do that one day and I'm useless. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
He's got superhero. Is it superhero or degen? It could go either way.
Yep.
Much more the second than the first.
Much more to the second one. Well, welcome to Fish Talk with Haylock, where we're going to talk about fish today.
Yeah, Chatfield, you might be left out here, bud.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be excited. If you guys are just joining us, Haylock is the author of Heretical Fishing. What?
Boys, if you're just joining us.
Okay, sorry that you hired a pro. That's not my fault.
Sorry, bud, but there's no pay in that contract.
It's not even a contract. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing on Saturdays? We're gonna talk to authors, and it's gonna be awesome. What are
we gonna call it?
Yes.
No idea. So every episode, we're asking the author if they have a good idea for our podcast, because we don't.
Fishing with authors, maybe? Hard transition. Everyone's fishing in a different location.
You have to phone call in from like a lake.
Yeah. Every 5 minutes, there's like a great conversation happening. It's like, oh, hang on, wait. Yeah.
I got something.
Just 10
Fish
minutes
on.
of grunting.
Fish on.
Yeah.
They're like an absolute menace when they're like
Yep.
casting, because they're like nearly hitting everyone around them because they're so distracted.
Yeah, it's my son. That's going fishing with my son.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
luck, everyone else. He actually
Yeah.
he casts like for a 5-year-old. He has killer casts. Like people walking past will genuinely be like, "Whoa," But if they're walking too close,
They die?
Yeah, there's a good chance they just get hooked.
Yeah. Has he got hooks yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's got
He's
hooks.
a dangerous 5-year-old.
Yeah, he's hooked up. Yeah, he catches fish too. He's a menace.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cook that and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it's an issue sometimes because he's like, "Oh, can we keep it?" I'm like, "Legally, yes." Yeah, but I don't know if it's worth, wiping out this little tiny fishy for a little snack. We can probably just
Plop him back in.
Yeah. I think that's like, I don't know. I don't have an issue like taking things if they're a decent size, but to me, it feels like catching like 50 small things to catch. It's like, well, that's 50 lives for like a meal. Maybe not.
Oh, you're so sentimental.
I don't know if it's sentimental. It just
I don't-
feels.
Yeah, no, it feels wasteful.
Yeah. Wasteful is a good. Yeah. Thank you for you.
Fish-
Feel free to finish my sentences at all this morning. I'll probably
Anytime.
be waking up as this conversation winds up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're a fisherman, but you're against overfishing.
Absolutely. Bear, don't you? Oh, you're right. Sorry, my son just tried to peek in. He was just getting
Once you're
his
there,
little
there's no
balloon sword.
escaping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Naturally.
Gotta have a balloon sword. Yeah, normal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Do you guys not have balloon swords?
I can't say
Not
that
as
I
a
do.
child.
Well, you have to be cool enough to get in.
Not as an
those
adult either.
parties. Yeah, it's sort of invite only, those parties.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't get a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
don't know
those.
the right.
It's a
You know the right
age
people.
restriction too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It is a little weird if you rock up.
I'm here for my balloon sword, sir.
Yeah,
Sir.
yeah. Yeah, when you show up and ask for the Flash actor to,
Yeah.
make you a balloon sword.
Give me a piggyback and a balloon sword, sir. You need to go
oh,
home.
I also would like to hunt down the bad guys.
Yeah. Can I participate?
So we're calling the police.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like, you need to get outside of the bouncy castle.
Just cut to Chatfield, just annihilating kids in the bouncy castle.
Wouldn't put it
Just
past them.
clothesline.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I imagine too. Just clotheslines left, right, and center.
There can only be one. He screams as he suplexes a 5-year-old.
Probably pop it. Yeah.
Probably.
Hey,
Well,
yeah. What's the move? You got to take them out before they get too big.
Yeah. No. It's,
Yeah. There was once I don't know if it was a question that a friend posed to me or something, but someone asked me, and I think it was from something else. Wow, Andrew, like
Don't get distracted. Challenge. It's fine.
Hey, how many 5-year-olds could you take on? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like how many 5-year-olds could you fight at one time? And I was like, one. And they're like, only one. Like I could probably take a dozen. I'm like, they're at perfect height to whack you right in the nuts. Like one time, you're done. You got and they got a lot of energy, and they could run around you really fast. And he's like, I could take like a dozen. I think a dozen of them. I'm like, no, you're overestimating yourself.
It's kind of like Haylock's little fish question, though. At a certain point, it feels like waste.
Yeah. I mean, hypothetically, in a world with imaginary 5-year-olds, I feel like you would only need to take one on. You just need to make an example.
Yeah,
teach them to fear.
Just grab. Listen, they are smart. Like they're vicious. They're vicious.
And they hunt in packs.
If you show weakness, they will dogpile you. I saw it yesterday. Like with those balloon swords, one person gets hit, and if you just like, oh no, all of a sudden there's a dozen kids going whack 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 whack. If you just do something horrific, I won't actually name to the first one. No one's they're all just going to go, oh no, absolutely not. This is not an easy target.
They're 5-year-olds, vicious and hunting packs. They're basically velociraptors. As long as they're afraid of you, they'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Or goblins.
Yeah, true. But actually, all right, I get it. Fantasy, wow. Wow.
That's what we do. Yay.
Oh, it's on brand.
You should write, Michael.
Oh God. If that was if only.
It feels so wrong calling you Michael.
Yeah.
I think I've ever called you Michael before.
Yeah, just call.
I don't think I'm ever going to do it again.
Yeah.
It was a one-time offer, and it failed.
Slipped out. Years of calling you Chatfield, and a Michael came out, and I went, oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, no. My partner, she was like, she said my first name, and then then I like looked at her like, what the hell did you just say? And she was like, we're not gonna do that. We're not. No. And then left the room.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, we're on the same page on this. And then I was like, this is just gonna be weird.
The exact same reaction as I just had. Like, okay, we tried it out. We didn't like it. We don't like that. We're not doing that anymore. That's a no.
Yeah. That's a no. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's a no.
Gave it a quick little test flight, and the answer is no, actually.
Yeah, now we know. I like
it. Yeah, exactly.
We've been coming up with some weird freaking words like today. Yeah. Booktapia?
Oh, a book. If these come out of order, everyone's going to be so confused. But
yeah.
Book. Yeah. We were trying to describe the essence of, how many reviews you get per capita of somebody reading a book. But per capita doesn't make sense. So we came up with something like Booktapia. Yeah, Booktapia.
Yeah.
Per Booktapia?
Yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence?
How many reviews? No.
I refuse.
And see, unfortunately, I have improv training, so the answer is yes, and here it is, and you both went no, and I respect that. Yeah. Sometimes being an author is knowing when to quit.
Like sometimes you just run that sentence in your head, and you're like, no, not today. We're not. No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You begin a sentence, and you can feel you're like, it's not gonna land.
Yeah, it's like when you just drop a Michael on Chatfield and go, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. Never again.
Haylock, do you have any fish tanks?
I do, yeah.
Yeah? What do you got?
I have a fish tank which currently has an obscene amount of cherry shrimp and entirely too many fish. because my son wanted some guppies, so we went and bought
Oh,
two.
well, once you have guppies, you have guppies.
Yeah, so we bought two female guppies.
One was pregnant.
No, I mean, well, that's what I thought at first, but then there was more babies.
Right. Yeah.
Fish fry. Yeah, but saying fish fry kind of sounds like I'm having a fish fry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
I don't
was
know where
more-
the word
okay.
comes from.
There was more baby fish. There was more baby guppies. Guppy fry. I'm stuck on it.
Stop thinking about it. Stop.
Okay, I'm out. I'm back.
He
For
literally
anyone
left the
watching-
call for a second. Yeah.
yeah.
If anyone's watching
Wait,
that, they're like, "Oh, did technology stop?" No, that was Haylock literally rebooting in real time. Just
Yeah. That's like the Bluetooth disconnect sound.
yeah.
You get used to it. You just wait for Haylock to come back to you.
Mm.
It's
So yeah.
you don't chase him. You just sort of wait and he comes back.
Yeah. I'm like a retriever.
Yeah.
Just let me go for a bit. I'll return.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Bring snacks, something to entertain yourself, and then it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, be ready.
Yeah, if you
When he
call
re-
my name, I'm just gonna get excited and go further down the hole.
But he will bring a stick back. So, sometimes it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
And
the
a
stick is the end
story.
of my terrible story. Oh no, you go. I had several.
What? Oh my god, I got yo-yoed. Wait, this chaos spin.
Of course it is.
So wait, how many fish tanks do you? Because Andrew, you got a ton, don't you?
I have 3.
Some would argue not enough per book capita of your house.
I would like to go up to 4.
I think 5 is a good number.
Well, okay, so I was at 4, but the one on my desk started leaking last week, so there was an emergency.
Okay, maybe 4 is a good number.
Yeah. I did have to decommission a fish tank and merge the inhabitants in with the other ones because I was like, why is there water on my desk? Why is
Damn,
that fish tank lower than it was?
That is my nightmare. That's actually my.
I mean, it's what I get for buying a very cheap little cube that I threw on my desk as a tee hee hee. But
Look how cute it is.
yeah,
Next minute.
I'm not worried about my other because I have 2 spheres and then I have a bigger one, but it's a more expensive professionally. This was a $50 off Amazon. I need something for my desk because I had one beta fish who I call Prisoner 411 because he's in isolation. He's not suited for Gen Pop. He hates all things.
Yeah.
And I was
you
given
just
him by
introduced
mistake.
him into the other.
Yeah,
tank?
I did have to put him somewhere.
You
He's
put
doing
Prisoner-
okay.
You put Prisoner
Yeah.
411 in General Pop, dude?
He had to go.
What the hell?
Listen, solitary exploded, dude. I had to put him somewhere.
He's been
So
working on it for months. He's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna
Pretty
work
much,
on
dude.
This,
This
glass
This jacked
sea
beta
right here."
fish.
Pretty much. He's so funny because he would be on my desk and I would sit here and write, and he would swim right up to the corner and just stare at me. And I would
One
literally
day.
be writing, and he would just always be like, "I'm gonna eat you one day," and I'd be like, "What's up? Oh my, yeah, man." And I miss him honestly, but he's doing okay. I put him in the tank that where there's the most space and he's not overwhelmed. But yeah,
Is he
there is very
staring
much
at
a
you right now. Is that why you can't look over there?
Yeah, he's across the room.
I don't see him right now. He was staring at me earlier today though. Yeah. He always wants. He's watching you.
Yeah. Just so
Anyway.
you know.
So I'd love to go back up to 4, but I need to solve the problem.
Yeah, maybe not an Amazon one next time.
Yeah, basically. But I originally got him in a shipment of female betas, which you can keep a group of females together in a sorority, and they mistakenly put a male amongst them. He was very juvenile. He looked more like it, but I put him in and he was just freaking out. And I was like, why is this beta having a stroke? And then I just started watching him and I was like, oh, I think that's a male. And he is oh, my territory. Ah. And so I pulled him out and emailed them and sent a picture and they were like, oh, yep, we did accidentally send you mail. Sorry. And I was like, cool. So now I have this fish who hates all things and nowhere to put him. That's how he got a thing on my desk. Fine.
Yeah. It's a very fish keeping story. Oh, they accidentally sent me a mail. Now I have to do all the things to fix this. I can't send it back. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, well, you could take it to a local fish store, but I was like, but he's really pretty.
Yeah, you're
I'll
like, well,
figure it out.
he's f***ing insane, but he's my Prisoner 411.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you
Yep.
mean? Now he's mine. He's got so much character. I can't take it
Yeah, I
back.
can't be giving this up. What do you mean?
I'll just have to get another tank.
If
Ah,
fish
fine.
ever become sentient and then listen to this conversation, they're like, wow, humans are a little messed up.
Oh, only a little?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like fish get up to some shenanigans too. Listen, if you saw the thoughts going through Prisoner 411, destroy, territory.
What's that? Can I eat it? What's that? Can I eat it? What's that? Can I eat it?
I can't eat it. I'm going to attack it.
Yeah.
Maybe it has smaller pieces I can eat. But I mean, also if they do become sentient and like take over, then Andrew and I are probably gonna be fine. But you,
Yeah, we're their friends. You're going
You're
down.
sitting pretty quiet there.
Yeah, what were you doing to make fish's lives better, huh? Besides maybe
Oh,
freezing.
is he frozen?
Yep. Oh, there he is.
The fish. Yep. They're
We're
coming.
out to get him.
The fish scared me. Yeah, that was. I don't know what that was, to be honest.
Well, we call it the internet, and it doesn't always work.
Well, the thing is, the lines go underwater where all the fish are.
Oh yeah, they're cutting you off.
Yeah, that was a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
411 sends his regards.
Deep in the Pacific, they were like, "It's Chatfield, get him."
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, it's kind of wild thinking about like just how much internet cable is everywhere, connecting all the continents. Yeah.
Well, the three of us are pretty far apart at this moment in time.
Like,
well, I mean, I'm always far apart from you guys, but
right. But he's Eastern, like North America. I'm Western North America, which is already a lot of space.
Oh yeah.
And I'm Southwestern, and you're Northeastern. So we're like, whoop, that's a pretty big chunk of the world. And then we cross the Pacific from me to you.
Yeah, we got a big chain.
That's a gap. That's a gap.
Yeah.
because like
I genuinely have I have a brain that wasn't built for the internet, because that, like, sometimes I'll think about that and I'll just get looped out. I'll get stuck in a loop for a while, just like, oh man, we're so far apart. We're able to talk, and oh my god, it's
Yeah, some of our ancestors never traveled as far as the distance between us.
No, yeah, like I literally have a brain that's meant for like sitting in a cave and looking at fire. I'm just like, oh, nice. And then something like that comes along, and I'm like, too much. I turn to Prisoner 411, just panic.
What's that? Can I eat it?
Yeah,
right here, buddy, right here. We're doing the same thing. We're just right here. Maybe Prisoner 411 is just like, you know what? I don't need complications in life. I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stare. Yeah.
Yeah. He likes his corner and he likes to stare at his fire, which is Andrew.
Yep, that's me. It's because I'm so hot.
Yeah, look at him.
Dear God.
Had to be done.
Wait, okay. So, other than having two laptops for reasons,
yeah,
do you what other restrictions do you put on yourself just to make sure that you write?
Wait, hold on. For context, none of that was recorded, so we do have to at least set the stage. You literally skipped the entire. You're like, anyway, cutting to a conversation that no one else was present for. We discovered that Haylock keeps two different laptops, one for writing and one for everything else. And this was a fascinating fact for us to uncover, and we're now unpacking it more. Haylock.
It came up because I currently have a laptop tower. I have a stand with a laptop on top, which isn't the normal setup, but for some reason I have a writing laptop, which is just basically only writing. And for some reason, the only other task that seems to be done on there is taking video calls, because it has a better camera, and so there's two things on there for some reason. So I couldn't possibly use the laptop that is mainly at my home. I had to use the writing laptop. So I've got a stack, which makes me look like I'm standing at the book of Andrew. But I mean,
you do look like you're standing, but it's fine.
I distracted myself.
And I got excited.
Yeah,
and then
you were like, "Oh, stand too!
I
can stand. I have a standing desk." And I was like, "Bro, I'm sitting.
I just want to belong." And then I sat back down.
I'd like to point out that we have been live for 20 minutes, and Andrew went from standing in the first 5 minutes to sitting. And
I felt awkward.
50 minutes. Yeah.
I felt left out. Yeah.
That's fair. When you're talking, sometimes you just want to lounge. Standing feels like very much I'm working.
Yeah, I was like, we could lock in. And then I was like, I'm the only one standing. And now
we can lock in. Are we going to lock in?
Yeah, are we taking this serious or what, guys?
No, never.
No, not even a little
never,
bit.
not even a little.
Unless it's editing and we have deadlines and stuff, everything else is just.
And then don't talk to me. I'm locked in, okay?
Yeah.
Please don't say any of those words.
The D word is a bad word around here.
Or the E word.
It's the E word.
Editing.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Ooh. No, I like editing sometimes.
Just because I do it an obsessive amount doesn't mean that I like it.
Yeah, it's every moment. Do you have that are some parts really enjoyable, when you do editing and it comes through and you see sort of how improved the chapter was or the flow was, or is it all just pulling teeth for you?
Yeah, sometimes it's better. I mean, I find satisfaction in the making it better. However, I don't know. Sometimes it gets also so granular that I get concerned when I find enough things that I think would bother me about the things that I'm not finding. Right? If I go through on an edit and I'm like, I'm still finding problems, then I like grow concerned that there are things that I'm skipping over that I'm missing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Theoretically, I would like my last read to be like, I didn't discover a single problem.
And that will never be the case, right?
That will never be the case, right?
You will never have that experience.
Yeah.
There was something that someone said. I have no idea who said it, but I'm going to keep it anyway. So you heard it here first. Was
Michael Chatfield.
we said we're not going to use that name.
We had an agreement.
But it was like, okay, when you're doing art, by the time that you're done that piece of art, you're actually better than you were when you made it. So when you go back and look at it, it's why like painters will like look at a piece of art and they're like, I hate it so much, because they go, I had this idea and I carried it out and I got it done and I learned a lot as I did this process. But at the end of it, they're like, I've learned that if I did the brushstroke this way, it would have allowed it to look different, or the light shadow could have been affected in this way and make it different. So it's like when you're writing a book, especially a book, usually like because we're not crazy fast, but we're doing like it takes you a couple of months to write a book. Then you go back to it and then you're like, what in the absolutely hallucinogens is going on here? And I need to fix this. And then you run through it. But like we were talking to Seth, and Seth was saying like, hey, I write really fast, which means that my idea in the beginning remains through to the end because it's such a compressed time period. Whereas if you do it over a longer period, it can weave more because you have life that happens, your stuff that changes. But when you're in editing, that time period becomes really condensed. So it's like you can run through it faster and make sure that it holds tight to the main rails of it. But you're never, ever, ever, Andrew, going to be done with editing.
Oh, I know.
Like,
it can just go forever. It's
yeah.
That's something I'm still learning, is when to stop.
Yeah. It's hard to actually like sometimes be like, okay, like I'm done now. What's the point that you get to with that?
Which one of us?
Like when do you guys say like, oh, I'm done editing? Or is it like, okay, the deadline's come and I must give up my firstborn?
It's often when I'm ready to throw it out the window. That's the point I'm like, okay, if I'm at the point where I'm like hating the editing, where I'm sitting there and like just feeling uncomfortable because I'm doing it like for the nth time, that's when I'm usually like, okay, it's probably about ready to go. But it's also like I get agitated when I get stuck on those points where I'm not sure if there is a clear answer, if that makes sense. Like I'm past the point where I've fixed I've fixed consistency, I've fixed most of the flows, so it the prose is similar all the way through, because that is something I fall victim to. If I read something else with like a very distinct style, I'll sometimes find like little areas where that's leached into my book. So I have to be careful with reading, for example, like first person present perspectives. I wonder who would write that. Yeah, I have to be really careful that in the middle of a manuscript, because they can leach through. But after I've got rid of those things, and then I'm down to the real nitty gritty, like the parts I've flagged where I'm like, this feels a little janky, we could fix this, but I'm just like, but how and why? That's when I'm like, okay, maybe we're ready to. I'm sort of, because I feel like those editing changes can be cyclical. Like you change it and then you change it back, and then you change it back, and then you change it back, and you're just going around in circles. Like you're literally a dog chasing its own tail.
The amount of times I have caught myself making a note on a thing that I have already noted it to be that way instead is high. That's for sure. I think for me it's when I read it and the bad feeling goes away, which is like just the ominous concern that I'm missing something foundational, right? That like I've been too in the weeds and I haven't seen the like simple flaw. Like everyone's gonna read this and be like, oh. I think the hard part about editing, like book writing, especially in indie spaces, is like you have to accept that no one will ever love your book as much as you do, which means that you have to be obsessive about it to a certain degree, because there isn't anybody to ever hand it to. People will tell you it's done before it's done, but somebody does eventually have to tell you that it's done, because you will never say that it's done.
Yeah. And
I think the constraints are super important.
Yeah, like having constraints is actually probably a part that is massively useful for indies, because we don't take a year to do a book. Well, most of us don't. But it's like, okay, I need to get this done to get it out and get it going. And I think there's an art to it, but there's also I have a limited period of time. I have to really, really make sure I make the use of it, because if you don't, like, it's gone. And like, I don't know, like, it's one of the things that really it like irks me is like there's series that I want to write, but I don't yet have the skill necessary to pull off writing that, because I'm like, okay, I need to do like X, Y, and Z. And so I'm using the series that I'm currently working on, which I can currently write at a level that would be acceptable. Like it's still higher than what the last series was in different ways, but it's like I could use the skills from that to get to write that series. And I'm like, okay, like I may have to do dialogue needs to be a little bit better, or the action scenes need to be a little bit better, or I need to understand how politics work a little bit more and how to like rile up people and have that conflict. But I also like, oh, actually the conflict ended too soon. Now it's stretch it out and add tension to it. Like, do you guys get that where you're like, okay, I have this idea, like I have this story, but like I can't do it right now because I just wouldn't do it justice?
I don't think so, because all my story ideas are goofy as hell. Like I have the thing. Mine is more like time. Like I wish I had more time, or I wish I could do it faster, so I could sort of make the story like all the stories I want to. But yeah, not too much. I mean, I get the random impulse to just like hard pivot to a first person present chaos. Just like, you know, a story like that. It sounds really, well, it doesn't sound really fun to write. I know it's fun to write because I've written little passages, and it's like, oh, this is like you can do things that you can't do from like a third person past. Yeah, okay, yeah. You're like, yes, come over.
Yes.
No, third
Dude,
person.
once you write a fight scene in first person present, there's no
That's
going
the thing.
back.
Those little
Yeah.
those little action sequences are like
Everything's so visceral, it's so real, it's so like sometimes like first person past or any sort of past has a moment where it feels like the character's thinking about, right? Like you dislike them for making mistakes more because it feels like they have a moment to compose themselves, versus first person present. One of the things I really like is you can have a character make mistakes without it making it feel like they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it makes total sense. Like the
in the moment they made the best decision they could
bang.
right there, and you're like, yes. And then when that backfires on them, you don't lose the like legitimacy of the character because the reader's like, well, I kind of would have made that decision in that moment too. And I think that is like just such a good way to be able to do consequence heavy stories that I really like. So like I think present really like relies on stakes. I don't know if either of you have read Cello's Gates, which was an indie that came out this year that's getting a lot of talked about, and it's really interesting. It's third person present, which I think is the first book I've read in third person present that I can remember.
I think that's illegal.
It was wild. It really was, but it maintained some of the strengths of like what third person has about, you know, like character hopping and these other things, while still having the immediacy that was pretty interesting. Like it makes sense as a natural evolution as first person presence becoming more popular. But I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
Now
I think first person present, like first person as it is, because you're so close to the character, it makes it just like as a narrative way more action packed, way more emotional too, because you're tapping into them. But then you have those trade-offs, right, where you can't have as many people exploring from different angles or doing different things. You can't do your kind of space opera situations.
I mean, you say that, but Pierce Brown just said screw it, and it's everybody's first person, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he
which is totally fair, and like I actually like that more than anything. The first series I wrote was first person present, and it was like, oh, this hits hard because when the character's there, because there's also in third person, it's kind of like you paint a scene. It's the characters it's like Dungeons and Dragons when you're looking at like the play style. It's like, oh, I have this character here and here's all around him. And then when you're actually like in first person, you're just like, okay, I can only see this. And it really limits your worldview, but it means that everything else is richer and right in your face.
Yeah. That's it. That's really interesting. I hadn't thought of that before, but the overview or the overtop view is very much how it feels. We need to when we step into a scene, we need to ground the characters there, in third person. Or third person pass. Yeah, like we're ground, or even like first person pass. It's the same thing. We're still grounding all the characters in. Like here we are. Here's the scene. Here's like there's a thing here, a thing here. We can smell that. We're here. But a lot of the time in the first person present, like we can still have those little things, but they feel more throwaway to me when I'm reading it. Like not throwaway, but maybe more agile. Like you can be here in this scene, and then you can be here in this scene, and here in this scene, and each one you don't need like another grounding paragraph or a few sentences.
Well, yeah, and the character can be excused for missing something because
yes, there's
it's
so much else going on that's way more.
It's the order
important.
they're noticing. I also like that I don't feel like I have to over-explain, like over-describe things sometimes, right? He walks into a room and it's not like the beautiful crenellated crown molding and the, it's like
homie across the room has a gun.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big room, it's beautiful, and that guy's got a gun, and like and it keeps it, like when I visualize when I'm reading, it's really light. Like I visualize the framework, the vibe, like I'm experiencing it, but I don't have like super visual vibrant details in my mind. And so sometimes when books give me all of those details, I am like, cool, I'm throwing it into the vibe blender, but like I'm not picturing exactly what you're talking about. And so it's nice in first person because sometimes I can describe it to a level that I like, which is funny because some people are like, oh, it's beautifully described, and I'm like, I really think that it's not, but like, okay,
yeah, they're picking out the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Like to me, first person can do a lot with vibes, which is really cool.
And you could also like, okay, I ran this test, and I really, really suggest other authors do it, is like remove descriptions. Like I pared down my descriptions so much, I stopped, like, this is like kind of the cheat code. And I hate that if I say this, people are going to realize this.
Hang on 1 second, let me get my pen.
Got one right here. A little far away. So when I stopped describing what characters look like, because the reader will be like, they look like this. Because I was going into such detail of their eye color is this, their face looks like this, they're like their build is like this. No, they need one characteristic that makes them different, and that's it.
I do like eyes and hair.
Yeah.
And like height, kind of. Right? Like if they're big and imposing or small and frail, but otherwise I don't talk about it very much. Yeah.
Eyes are so overdone. Because, like, look.
They are.
Like, it's only because we've said eyes that I've checked both of your eye color, right? But, like, otherwise...
Wow, you don't look at my eyes, dude? They're nice eyes.
Yeah, dude, those are my best feature.
Not bad.
Maybe it's just because you don't have beautiful eyes, you don't know how important they are.
Yeah, I've been staring at your eyes this whole time, dude. I think you might
Yeah,
be
what
bad.
dude?
Everyone's been chin gazing hard. But... like it's like I think I theorize is its size. So like, are they skinny, big, muscular? Not. Are they tall? Not. And like, what are they wearing? Usually, because that's the biggest ones. And then like, or something that's like, hey, that defines who their characteristic is in something. Because like, you can use like a physical descriptor nearly always actually is used as an encompassing fact of that character, because characters are representative of like who they are is by their actions. Like I had a very long debate with another author about like, okay, if you're saying the character is like this, but you do this action, what's the character? He's like, oh, it's what I've said the character is. No, I'm like, no, it's the action, because they've proved what they're going to be like.
Show don't tell.
Yeah. Show don't tell is such a hard rule, actually, though.
Yeah, because sometimes you do have to tell.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's
right? It's called storytelling, actually. But sometimes you show it and sometimes you tell it, and sometimes showing it is having someone tell him what he's been shown, and sometimes
yeah. But I just did an opening scene to a book, and it is 4 pages of tell.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. But it's like, so much has gone on, and I have to explain what is going on in front of them. And it's like, they're moving quietly, and I'm like, if they were to talk, it wouldn't make sense. And so it's like finding those moments that work.
Oh, you don't think they should have a quick little whispered conversation? Hey, so remember, we're here infiltrating the base. Shut up. No, it's really important that I set the stage. And
hey, let me just dance under the author's strings here. Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, it works in many instances, right? Like the beginning of Sun Eater is literally like a diary entry.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Hi, it's me, Hadrian the Half Mortal. You know me, Hadrian, the guy who blew up a sun. Ha ha ha. Anyway, remember when I blew up a sun? I'm gonna be blowing up a sun later in this book, but first we'll begin at the beginning."
Yeah.
That's pretty telling, admittedly.
Yeah, another one was I know book 2, Red Rising, starts with a really large section of Tell, but again, like even if you are one of the people that really hates reading those sections, it's like it perfectly sets up the narrative for the whole book. You know, like we were able to skip over so much. Like if that book had been written in like our space, I think the author probably just would have had like really
there would be another book in between.
100%. That would have been book 2, and it would have been like, oh, book 2's kind of
it's kind of the same thing, but in space, I guess. Yeah.
So you can just skip the whole thing. In our area, I know Dinnerman is really good at it, but what isn't that annoyingly talented man good at?
Well, it helps that he writes each book 9 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty helpful. Yeah. But yeah. His Tell. Have you read Operation Bounce House yet?
Not yet.
It's free advertising for Dinnerman. That book is immaculate.
Really?
I love that book. Yeah, it's really good.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but so when I read it, for whatever reason, I annotated the entire damn thing, so it took me a while to read. But like one of the things that really jumped out to me is when I marked down his telling showing sections. That is like really well done. Yeah, his like when you highlight how much tell there is. Like I feel like if you had shown that to like a college professor, they'd be like, "This is way too much," just on volume alone. But they'd be completely wrong because it's all like it's never wasteful. It feels like all of it is saving time and helping the reader get to the next section of just goodies.
It's almost like show don't tell. The rule is show don't tell unless it's more efficient for the story and the pace to tell, and then tell them and then show them something worth telling them about beforehand.
Yeah.
But that's not as punchy.
Yeah, that's not a show don't tell.
Yeah, that's the Weeds version of it. It's like we've gotten into this a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I think it's hard too because a lot of authors fall into the trap of it because if they start posting stuff on or even if they go to like writing groups or they start posting stuff online, like people are so quick to point that out, the show don't tell thing. Like the amount of times people have told me that, and I'm just like,
do you think it actually matters though? Okay, I say this because we're on the other side now. Like when you read a book now, it's hard to not have that author part of your brain interjecting and like looking at it through different lenses. And we're always going, oh, show don't tell and all this kind of stuff when we write. But when someone's reading it, like it's so interesting of like, we're like, oh, this thing's a problem, this thing's great, and then people are just like, it's a story, right? So like I don't know, like sometimes it can be like you're just into the weeds too much. And like that's but I think that's also like writer voice.
It's also like it's all a sliding scale, right? There are moments of friction that will cause people to bounce out of the story, whether that means they stop reading it or they remember suddenly that they're reading a story for a second and have to re-immerse themselves. And depending on how sharp that speed bump is, more people bounce on that moment, right? And the pursuit is to build like a story that no one ever bounces off of. It's smooth the whole way down. And so I think when we're talking about this, these are all friction moments that can like create those. It is human to err. There will be friction moments, and life is not smooth. Like no matter what, you will have some moments you need to tell, you need to set a stage, you need to do whatever. The trick is like understanding that those are bad, and so you do them in like the most efficient way, right? Like if you understand that telling is wasteful, then you do as little of it as possible rather than as much of it as possible. Same thing with purple prose, right? Like purple prose is great. It adds flavor, it adds color, but if your whole book is purple, then it's only purple.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it actually. Yeah, it's all about there's an analogy where it's seasoning, right? Too much salt, something.
Yeah.
Andrew's just giving himself such a big like.
Well, hey, I felt like I was cooking with that one. All right,
yeah,
so
you cooked very well with that. Yeah.
I'm like, here's a hot take, and then another professional author is like, I agree. It's like sick, dude.
It's quite. Yeah.
This is nice because one of our other episodes, all that happened was the other author dunked on me the whole time. So I'm just trying to find wins where I can get them.
Who was it?
Seth Ring, bro. Yeah, well, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
You'd
sure
think
can.
He was like 7 foot tall for how much he can dunk.
I know. Well, man can't be stopped. He's the best of the best.
It's ridiculous how many tall people are in lit RPG. Like I
Mm.
I was confused of like I was like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be like, just normal people sized. Now everyone's like 6'2". Like 80% of the authors are over 6'2".
Dude,
Like,
this is a phenomenon that occurs to me all the time because I'm 6 feet tall, right? Somehow, in all the creative groups that I found, just don't hesitate. All the creative endeavors I found myself in, every YouTuber I record with is taller than me. So many of the authors I know are
you sure you're
massive.
6 foot?
I am, and I'm statistically significantly larger than most of the population, and I continue to find myself in rooms where I am not. That's not the case, and I don't understand it.
I'm right there with you, dude. It's not just lit RPG; it's authors in general. Like I had that.
Cahill's freaking giant.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and Christoph is like,
oh yeah, he's massive
that much
too,
tall
isn't he?
apparently. Yeah, you see a photo of him. I was like, oh, he looks like a normally proportioned human being. He's like 6'7" or 6'9" or something.
Yeah, he's massive.
Ryan's like, yeah, the guy's like way taller than me. I was like, that doesn't, for how large his biceps seem, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. I feel like this man could just pick me up and he could just pick me up and carry me away and do whatever he wanted. I couldn't fight back. Yeah, I am a toddler.
Yeah,
which is wild because it's like. Yeah, sometimes you see that and you're like, yo, is this all right? And they're like, yeah, no, that's perfectly healthy. No gigantism here, but like, just.
And now we can go full circle, and it's how many authors could Jay Kristoff take in a fight?
Oh.
Because we're the 5-year-olds to him.
Depending on the authors, hundreds.
Just walking through, sorry, just getting my way up this ranking chart. Sorry, excuse me, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've yet to meet him, but everyone says he's lovely, so I imagine he probably wouldn't be down to fight, but he'd probably just knock a few people out by accident, just by means of walking. Just kneeing people to the temples.
Yeah. I heard a story, and I don't know if it's true or not. I think it is. That Jay Kristoff was like for Empire of the Vampire. Have you both read Empire of the Vampire?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, no.
Okay, well.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
It's a ride.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you finished it. I'm only on book 2 right now. Yeah.
It is a ride.
But so all of the like heated scenes that go on in there, he was like, that was not his like wheelhouse. So what he would do is he would go ask his wife and his wife's friends being like, hey, I know you read romance. Can you tell me a scene that does this? And they gave him a scene. And then he was like, cool. And then he could learn from that how to write the scene out because he would just use it as research. I don't know if that's true, but
I think he said that. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, I'd 100% do the exact same thing. But it's like that use in that story actually made it so much better. I like you can see it from his other works to this of like just a little change, and you can see the evolution of a writer like going, and it's like, oh, this is really cool to see. You can see it with the guy who does Will of the Many, Islington.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the romance in Empire of Vampire is further proof of like a thing I've been becoming convinced of, which is that like fantasy with actual good romance hits for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think Red Rising sort of proved that too with Mustang and Darrow, where like seeing the romance like book influencers start to read it and then be like obsessed with that is like the same thing of like to be a well-rounded writer, you need to be able to write romance into your story, and if it does, it truly opens it up for like everybody to enjoy. And as I was reading Empire of Vampire, I was like, oh, yep, this is another example of that, and like, man, it's good, and it's a thing I want to get better at. I probably would never be like as spicy as what Christoph wrote, but like just even the nuance of the like main character's love for his wife and like how much it drove him. I realized I understate that a lot. And it was really powerful to read it, especially in first person.
It's
true.
It hits hard. Like there is like one thing that I thought was really well done, and this is he didn't pull punches. There's that one scene, and then you know exactly what scene I'm talking about, where it's like you're like, oh, like something's gonna change, and then it's like, no, I'm gonna stab this blade right into your heart, and you anticipated it, you hoped it to everything that it wouldn't happen, and it went right in, and you're like, oh, that hurts. That kicks.
Is that a book one thing? Is that in book
Yeah,
one?
book one. Yeah.
That's all. Oh, bro, those moments in book one, I'm always like, oh, I can't trust this author. That's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they set you up. They put like when it's set up really well. To you have like 10 moments where you're like, oh, here it comes. Here comes the save. Here comes the save. Here comes the save. And the save. It's just like watching the axe slowly fall. And then when it actually hits and cuts off the head, and you're like, oh my god, no, like, but oh yes, because now every time I'm reading every like thing, maybe the character will get saved, but maybe they won't.
The tension ramps. Yeah.
I mean, that's what made George R. R. Martin the monster that he is, right? Like the Red Wedding was like a genre shifting moment where we were all like,
you can't do that.
That's not how this works.
Yeah.
I think that I also want to be an author that you can't trust. Right, like when
I don't trust you at all. So
yeah.
Yes,
Like...
but like when you're reading it, like if you're one of the authors where everybody always lives, that's no fun, right? Especially in something that's like high octane, like a first person present or like kind of thing where you're like supposed to be in the moment, but if you're like, but everyone lives, that's like not how it works.
Yeah,
and I think that Jay did like two things that I think he did incredibly in that series where it was not safe and the romance was beautiful.
And I think also like on the romance note, grounded romance, like romance is not clean or easy. It's something that like takes dedication. It takes work to maintain and to keep alive. And it's a beautiful thing of time and testing. That in stories grounds the story so much more because it adds another layer of I've got to worry about this other person. I've got to these other things that like in our day-to-day lives we're like, oh well, like I care about this person a lot, so I'm making these changes to incorporate them more, to like do whatever, right? I think that's an interesting area because romantasy right now is more of the escapism romance, right? And
everything's great all the time.
And what was it? They call it the happy ending or the they have like terms for like how romance ends, which is like happy forever, happy ever after, or implied that happy after. There's like a bunch of like things like that. Yeah.
No, because it's like okay, like the layers of happiness, like because there are some genres where they're like it has to be a happy ending, or it has to be a tragic ending, right? And I think that it is like it's a skill set to be able to pull that in and to be able to like push that really, really hard. But Haylock, okay, so you've said like there's a lot of books that you're interested in reading, but if you read them, then you start writing that way.
Yeah.
So do you have to like read books that are in your perspective or like your narrative like similar?
It like depends on the stage. Yeah, for the most part, yes. It depends on the stage of the reading thing. Andrew gave me his book 2 manuscript like a month ago. Could even 2 months ago.
Are you reading it?
No, I haven't started reading it. That's the point.
Oh, don't worry.
I was like, you haven't said anything. Yeah, I was like, you hadn't said anything. That's awesome. Nope, never mind.
No, yeah. You're like, oh no, he hasn't said anything. He hates it. No, I haven't touched it. I paid to have it printed. And like it's in its own little binder, but I haven't had a chance to start yet because I've been I finished up on Heretical 5 and then in planning Heretical Fishing 6, and I started writing a novella. And the novella is like a new character, like it's a completely different tone to my book. So I need to sort of be immersed in that sort of writing. I can't be reading action like whack, 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 whack. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but if I read anything too engrossing, if I read anything written by a master crafter, I'll start trying to weakly emulate their ability. So I've just been avoiding it for now. Yeah.
Aren't you two trading manuscripts? Like you're both reviewing one another's stuff to give? Because
well, I've yet to sand Andrew one, but theoretically. Yeah.
So in theory, yes. In practicality, he's read one of my books, and that's as far as we've gotten.
It's the beginning of a relationship, you know. This is a grounded romance.
We're having teething issues. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's also I think it's less useful to get advice part of the way through a series,
Yeah.
right? Like a book one is like certainly like where there's really time to be like, hey, tonally, I would change something dramatically, right? If I read Heretical Fishing and was like, hey, I really think you should address this, it's like, brother, that was 5 books ago. We're so far down the road. All that does is stress me out now. Thank you.
It's also giving someone so much work to be like, hey, here's my book 6. Go read the first 5 so you have context for this one. Like, I think it has to be in a book 1, which is when this novella is in a state, I'm ready to ship it off. It's going to Andrew straight up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be easy work for him too because it's so poorly written. I've made sure it's short. It's short, so it's, you can sort of chew through it.
But that is, I think, a thing that we've been talking about. This is such insider baseball. But anyway, of like Haylock and I mean, all of us have had conversations about like, how do you become a better writer? And like, one of the things that we want to try is just like, nobody's mean enough to us, which is not an invitation. But it is a like,
yeah,
I know.
You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to remove that, or else all the comments are gonna be, oh, in this chapter you did this, you shouldn't have. And this,
listen, if you've hung out on Reddit recently, you'll know that my readers can be mean enough.
I've seen 1 or 2 comments. Yes, unfortunately, post-mortem mean is like not helpful.
Yeah. No,
it's like
what?
It's the
so
mean during the creation phase. That's like,
it's also like that it needs to come from a place of authority as well. Don't get me wrong, like on the median reader of Heretical Fishing is lovely, right? It's like it's been read by so many people that there's maybe like 1 in 1,000 will go on the internet and say the most horrific thing with making so many assumptions like about your character, which is like insane to me. It's like it happens, but then you sort of grow to maybe subconsciously not trust those opinions. Like you have to distance yourself because you see all these people like basically just making up fan fiction about why you did something a certain way.
That stuff's crazy.
So it sort of loses authority in my mind. So like even if they had said a point that was right, I don't feel like I can trust it as much because they've said in the same sentence something that's completely wrong. Whereas if it's like an author I trust and I don't need to think about the fact that maybe they don't know what they're saying. If they tell me something, I can really accept it and take it on board.
Yeah, and it's hard to know like when you're getting like anonymous feedback, if it's a reader who doesn't like the kind of thing you're doing, right? Then okay. But that feedback actually isn't helpful because I'm not trying to do that, right? Like, you can have a misalignment on what a book, like what kind of story you're looking for, and I can't fix that. But I can have like, I tend to trust the 3 stars the most.
Yeah. Yes,
We talk about this a lot, but like,
absolutely, the 3 stars. The people who are like, actually, like I really liked it. Like I love the book, but. And then you're like, oh, okay, like that was actually, whereas a lot of the 1 stars like they were enjoying it because for them to have such a visceral reaction means that at some point they were expecting something great. Like,
especially if it's like multiple books in.
Yeah. A random 1 star comes through. Like that means, okay, so they've read like 3 or 4 books. They were having a great time. They expected X, but they got Y. But in leaving the 1 star, they're generally not really articulating properly what that was. Or they're completely wrong about it. Like they'll say like they were clearly doing this, like, or they'll say like the author took a political stance, and it's like, I did? It's like, I had no idea. Like what? So those sort of things are really hard to sort of dig to what the actual thing is. Whereas like 3 to 4 stars tend to be, anecdotally quite well annotated. Like they're giving you reasons. They're telling you what they liked, what they didn't.
They're frustrated, but they're not angry.
Yes. They're not furious enough to like lose the ability to write.
They literally like, it's a keyboard slam. They're like, if I could reach, because like you can sometimes you're like, oh, I'm glad I am not in the room with them when they came to that conclusion. That would have been bad for everyone.
Yeah.
But I think like we are very lucky. Like, okay, so in science fiction, when I was this was a few years ago, it was like there was like authors didn't really talk to one another at all in that area. So it was like you didn't know, like you were like, oh, like I don't know what's good to do on Amazon. I don't know if this is like something that is wrong or an issue or anything. Like you have no one to talk to. Like we've all done like writing sprints and stuff where it's like literally behind the scenes, we like get into a channel and we've got video on usually, and then it's us all being introverts who did and deafened so that we can't hear anyone or speak anything. And then we have a timer that runs, and then that runs and we write. And that is entertaining and fun for us. It sounds really bad when you put it that way, doesn't it?
Sometimes you look up and everybody else looks up and you kind of all smile and like nod. You do like the office like thing, and then you go back down.
Yeah.
Make eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think like it's an important psychological thing we're basically just like tricking our brains that we're all working and we're all being productive. I mean, we are working and being productive, but it's sort of like tricking you that you're in the same room. Like, look, everyone is present, everyone's here. And again, like my caveman fire brain goes like, all my friends are here.
Yeah.
And I can't let them see what I do for real when I'm pretending to work. So guess we're writing.
No, I feel like genuinely. I mean, that's why I lock myself out of my phone and stuff. I have all those things to stop me from getting distracted and doing it, because my brain will just be like, not even thinking, oh, I do this. Having people there present really helps with that as well. Like to be like, oh, there's people here, we're working. That's just what we're doing. That's what's happening. We don't need any distraction.
But I think that it's allowed us as authors, like you can get better a lot faster because you can do stuff like, hey, can you check this book over and let me know what's wrong with it? Like I regularly chat to Benjamin Gray, and I have to do it at certain times. I once did it at 6 a.m, and then I stopped talking to him at 5 p.m. at night. I called him as I was coming out of the gym. I was like, hey man, how's it going? Like, I saw you called. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I have to talk to you about this thing. And so we just talked about books, and like he had just read a story of mine, and we were like, okay, this thing, how does this work? How does this thing go? And there's like, also coming from another author's perspective, some authors will be like, this thing that I think you should really do works for you as you, or it's like, okay, that doesn't work quite. And so you have to be like confident of like what you want to do, what you don't want to do, but also be accepting of like, this advice is coming from people who care, who want to read good books, which is weird because everyone's a competitor, right? And so it's like, oh, everyone's competing, but like, I don't know, it's like that sad moment when you like release a book and then 2 hours later you have a review because someone has read it and you're like, what did you do? Like someone's like, oh, I listened to it at 4 times speed, and you're like, it's like,
huh?
Okay, yeah, like I like screaming too, like it's like, what? Yeah.
Well, that's like, I think the reason people are less like rivals in the space is it's physically impossible for me to write enough books to monopolize someone's time. So when you're not reading my book, like my couple books a year, go read Haylock and Chatfield's book. I want you guys to also succeed. It doesn't impact me in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, I would not want you to succeed, is what I'm saying.
I actually don't want you to succeed now, but you keep doing it. It's really annoying. I'm actively sabotaging you. I have like 10
no. That was you? Oh, no.
That's why Andrew sent you his book. He was like, you know what? This is gonna really f him up. He's gonna like change his entire approach.
Yeah. I know
Haylock's
currently finishing a manuscript. Hey, bro, read this. Read this little literary crack I've created. I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. I have to rewrite the whole end of my book, Andrew.
Sorry. All the fish die. Heretical fish die.
Yeah, true. We just hard swap to like a first-person fish perspective.
As the fish apocalypse begins.
Walks onto land, like a la Simpsons.
That's the fight. The finale is just like a heretical evolution of a fish like walking onto land. A new species dawns.
Hey, why do you think it was called heretical fishing?
Yeah. There's the heresy. I found it.
The war is the fishing. The more you fish, the less that come.
For generations, we've been pulling them out to stop the inevitable. It's just like shoveling.
Transition. Yeah. The main character teaches like sustainable fishing, and that leads to the apocalypse because they just rise up.
That would be so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just well.
One sec, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Well, you got your ending now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was wondering where this book was going the whole time.
You could write that could be a novella that you release later that's set like 1,000 years after your character dies, where like the world's adopted his practice and then it's overrun.
Yeah, that actually is honestly, like it's a there's a chance. There's a chance. The novella hits. It's just like a complete, like, ridiculous satire. It could be hilarious, just the fish coming up and seeing like the statue of the main character just here and there, as they're like, conquering, but like kindly conquering. They're not hurting anyone. They're not like the humans. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to hook
Of
them
course.
and drag them underwater. That would be horrific.
They only kill the biggest ones.
Yeah.
But
you have to carry their fish eggs in your mouth as part of the gestation process for them.
Yeah, like
everybody has a like a little handmade tale for it.
You talking about palm trees?
Yeah.
Those are thanks for noticing my Norfolk Island palms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you like
pretty nice.
trees?
Yeah, I just like nature in general. I see birds and I'm like, damn, it's a good day.
I recently had a conversation with someone and they were like, I don't think I could live anywhere where it doesn't have trees. They're currently living in Arizona. So it's like, that's fair.
No trees.
Yeah. No, yeah. If honestly, like, okay, America, I love you, but all your cities feel like I hate it.
It's not a light thing. It's just like, I don't like your cities. No, it's your cities are a hellscape, and I'm sorry about it.
It makes me sad. It's not all of them, obviously.
We found
I think
a nice
like on the west coast.
Have you considered?
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Have you considered that light pollution is actually beautiful? That it is man coming together to throw back the darkness. That
again, caveman
that the universe
brain,
is chaos and we have created light.
My caveman brain sees light pollution and is like, oh, the sun is coming to kill us. Or like, there's a danger. Like, I don't know what it is. If I don't see like 10 trees outside at any given time, my brain is just not okay. It's like so much concrete. Something's wrong. Atlanta's actually quite nice for that. There's a lot of trees in Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta is very pretty.
There's also that nice area where it's like you can go to like the where the coffee shop was, and then it's just like there is like, oh, I can see trees and like be a little bit away from Dragon Con, which is so for everyone.
Yeah, my anxiety just trees. And then I go to like Denver and I'm like, concrete.
Which
a mountain.
Mountain?
Stone.
Mountain, nice.
Rock.
Yeah, stone, rock.
You're just anti-stone. You're like a
grounded.
Yeah,
sure,
like
maybe I'm anti-stone.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
You're some sort of plant apologetic.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel an affinity. I feel an affinity for like water and plants. I don't see a rock and I'm like, yeah. I mean, actually, that's a lie. I do see some rocks and I'm like, you're coming home with me, bud. That's going right. That's going right in the pocket.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, who doesn't love a good rock?
Yeah, it doesn't love a good rock.
Who doesn't love a pretty rock?
Like what? There's a Japanese thing. It's called like tree bathing. It's like essentially.
Go on.
The idea boils down to like walking in a forest is called tree bathing. And I was like, oh, that sounds nice. And like, that sounds peaceful. And I understand that. Someone else researched it. And the research shows that actually walking amongst trees like really decreases your amount of like stress. Also, in a different body of research about like emotions and hallucinogenics, it was books. Not that kind, but like books. So they hooked people up to like heart rate monitors and a bunch of different stuff. And then people were reading books. And then as they were reading the fight scenes, their heart rate elevated. When they were reading the calm scenes, their body went down. They were actually like, and in the fight, they were finding that what the characters did with the fight, the people were flexing their muscles according to what they were reading. So people were having, like a reaction, and they're like,
interesting.
Oh, they're actually like so into this story that they're actually having a physical reaction with it. And I was like, that is super cool. Now, I was like, that's cool. But like, they were also saying like, as you read books, because the more you read, it actually gives you mental clarity and separation from what you're doing in your day to day. Like one of my the key drivers for like writing books is like to give people like a moment of like away. And it's like, if you get that moment away, you have like just such a amount of peace. And it's like, okay. Like, it's like sometimes like, well, we saw you have your first sip of matcha in the morning. But when you have that, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. Like,
maybe today's going to be okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
No, I relate with that completely. There's always like multiple drives for, writing or for making a book. But the outside goal of like really giving that escapism to people, that was like what really drove me to it in the first place. Or like I always wanted to be a writer and was always like, I couldn't do that. There's no way. These people must all be geniuses. No, we're all idiots. Well, some of us are idiots.
Guilty.
But reading going through some stuff that is just, whatever it is, just ruining your life, having a bad time. And then having the, like, books were always an escape for me. But in that particular moment, books were the only escape. Like nothing else could grip me. Everything else was, this thing going on is too much. I can't possibly relax or have fun doing anything else. Like it just gives me more anxiety. But reading was like, or even listening to an audiobook, it gets really bad, was the thing that's like, oh, this is the only thing in the world that gives me peace. And like wanting to sort of, having the goal to give that to people, even if only temporarily, is like wow, that felt like so powerful, like such a good motivation, So I totally get it.
There was a period of time. So like my mother passed away when I was quite young, and I kind of retreated from the world. And what I did was at lunchtime, I would go to the library, and it was like I would read like Asterix and Obelisk and Tintin.
Yeah.
And because it was a nice, light, easy read, and it was good people doing good things, right? And fighting against stuff. And it was like, okay, it's really nice. What I later realized was that whichever book I was reading, and I did read like some fantasy, but I couldn't even read like really dense things because I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to do so. Whenever I went back to the library, the librarians had kept the book I was reading to the side. And I was just like it wasn't something like, because in that period, you're just going. Because you're just trying to, you're just doing the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day.
Yeah.
And then I like it was only much younger, like later, like a couple of years ago, I was like, I didn't reserve those books. I didn't hold those books, but I kept on being there. And the realization struck. And like when like the books to me created this thing where it's like you can have a mental like safe space where it's like inside your brain there is no one but you, and you can be good even as everything else is falling apart around you. And then it's like that has been massively helpful for my life and through all the stressful situations I've been through. And like it's like, oh, if like you're tired or like you have a bad day and you just read a chapter of a good book, that could be a massive change. But no, like books, stories, I think like there is a reason that we get so wrapped up in these stories. Like has there been a point where you've read a story and it's made you go, okay, I need to change my life in some way?
Every time.
Well, yeah, you're
I'm like,
writing
oh man, there's so much to
prose every
fix.
single time. You're like, oh, maybe this first person stuff's really good. Let's give that
I
a
should
go.
hard pivot. Yeah. No,
Book 6 is the time to do that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was a recent one that I read, and I was like, oh man, this was. When they just come along at the right time, and it's gonna kill me. I can't remember what it was now, but I read a lot, and there was a book relatively recently that I read, and was like, oh man, like this was just the perfect time for me to take this on board. Like let me go. How about you, Chatfield? Can you think of any examples that you've read and it's just like, oh, I need to take up salsa dancing?
I am not coordinated with dancing in the slightest.
Exactly.
I can march,
that's why you need to take it up.
I can do parade and all of this. It is not my comfortable thing. My partner has decided that I shall learn how to do dancing.
All right.
Yeah. You know what? The thing is like sometimes, when you're like, I don't want to do this, but there's no reason for me to not want to do this. And really, the reason
that's when they get you.
That's the reason that's holding me back is just it's not a real reason. And it's like, okay, let's just like try it out. Like I think that sometimes is like that's your try it out, test it out area. I do that a lot with food actually, like trying different things, but. And like always try out food twice, where you have like one time where it's like, okay, maybe that's not the best. And then you try it another time and be like, okay, like I have a decision made now. Yeah. Funny story.
You're not surprised the second time?
Yeah.
Is that something you actually do? Do you have something that's so like you have it and it's so horrific and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try again. Or is there a line where it's like absolutely not, never again.
I'm not the man to ask. I'm allergic to kiwi, and I chewed strawberry kiwi gum, and I had like the fruit juices where it's all blended fruit put together, for like 23 years. And I was studying for a test, and I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna have this fruit juice because it's like keeps my immune system like good and all this. Yeah, because there's all these like nasty kids, and I'm like, I'm getting really sick, and then part of my brain in this like fugue flu-like state is like, I keep having this happen to me every time that I have a test. Am I stressed? And I'm like, no, I'm probably not stressed. Like, I've had way more stressful things. This is nothing on the Richter scale. And what I did was I was like, maybe it's the juice because my cousin's allergic to kiwi. And so what I did, I don't endeavor to say that I'm a smart human being, is I waited 4 days and then I drank 1.5 liters of said juice. Like, again, this is not advice of what you should do.
You know, they have allergy tests, right?
Yeah, probably. Well,
no, they exist. It's called a prick test. They prick you with everything.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a prick to myself too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. You just you're the actual prick test. You just downed 1.5 liters of juice that you might be allergic to. Yeah. So how'd that go? What happened?
I don't know if you guys have allergies. But when it feels like you have the entirety of your face is itchy and your eyelids are just like just you'd want to claw them out. And then your throat's really itchy and you're like your nose is running like a faucet. Yeah. I just thought that was flu-like symptoms. And
yeah,
so
the old itchy face flu.
Yeah.
Brother.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm actually not going to be sending you any future novels. No reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You are no longer a seat of authority.
Yeah, no. Like,
I now question your judgment.
Yeah, it was bad judgment. But I knew that I was allergic to it, just not like really badly. Because I was like, well, I've been doing this for years. Like, it's been fine. Like, I ate kiwis as a kid.
Yeah.
Not New Zealanders, like the fruit.
Right, of course.
Yeah. Just in case, in today's world, you got to clarify these things.
Yeah, who knows anymore?
Yeah, is that why you talk to Correa so much? Just fatten him up, Hansel and Gretel style.
Yeah,
hey, can I buy you a pizza to say thanks for all the advice?
Yeah. Why'd you have a club? No worries, mate.
No reason.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for them.
What were we talking about before?
Who knows, man? You were dosing yourself with
1.5 liters of
Yeah, books that have had an impact. Andrew, go.
If I can think of a book, I'm struggling to think of a book that's had an impact on me where I've changed my life. I think the biggest one is books that have made me like more sure I want to write or like pushed me to write more because of how much I enjoyed them. I wanted to create something that other people would enjoy as much. And I have a very similar story. I think that librarians might just be like the patron saint of the book arts, where like when I was like probably like early teens, I think it was a regular at my local library. Like the librarians all knew me. I would come in every week, drop off a stack of books, take a stack of books. And one time I went in and the librarian I knew the best, she pulled me aside and she said, "Hey, this book just came out and it's written by an author who has like a really popular series. And I think it's up the alley of what you like to read. So I reserved it for you as soon as we got a copy." And she handed me Jim Butcher's Codex Alera, like the first book series of Calderon, which is a Roman Empire inspired fantasy with some hints of progression elements. And
no relation to your current
series. Oh no. And nobody look at my first person pass urban fantasy series either. Thank you. But like, Jim Butcher definitely was a huge influence on me as he did a bunch of cool stuff with writing that I hadn't seen people do yet. Right. Like the Dresden Files are stealing from like the old pulp detective novels and like applying that like formula to fantasy in a way that hadn't been done. This kind of stuff. And it was just like really cool that he like was the first guy who I saw breaking a lot of rules in a way that like really worked for me. Obviously many people break rules, but like that like was like, oh, I want to do that. Like that scratches my brain the way that I want to scratch other people's brain. So there's been a bunch of authors who inspired me like that because of like Haylock, I've always wanted to write. But then there were people who really did something that like really hit for me that was like, oh, Yeah, that I want to do that.
Yeah, it's one of those like turtles all the way down things, or like there's the analogy of we're all standing on the shoulders of giants, which is
Oh
so
yeah,
true because like
Yeah.
it's this ever evolving thing. All the things that we read that have given us that moment of like, oh, I want to write something like this. It's like influenced by a book, influenced by 10 books, influenced by 100 books, influenced by hundreds of books. Like it's this ever evolving thing that really feels, again, caveman brain can get very about it. Oh wow.
yeah. Somebody recently, I was talking to like a book influencer, and they were asking me if I thought that the certain novel was like influenced by like Russian literature. And I was like, I mean, I don't think so, but like it's probably influenced by literature that's influenced by, I mean, even if not, it is, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at a
yeah.
certain point, somebody that author read is for sure influenced by that and like had a thing, but like it doesn't, I don't know how many degrees of Kevin Bacon away we are from it being like the direct influence or not.
Yeah. Well, I can't read Russian personally, but
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point one of the people who wrote before them did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Those things, those tricks and pieces like stay with you. Like there's stuff like I've read in both of your books where I'm like, oh, that I like how you've done that. But it's interesting because like we go, oh, I want to emulate that. But even emulating it, it's going to be totally different because it's our
Oh, it's because it's a different world, different setting, different. All like we were talking in another podcast about how I think writing is like being a magician, right? It's like it's just like the sleight of hand. Like, what were you doing with your left hand so I didn't look at your right hand? Oh, that's cool. I could do that. That like, it'll be so different in my presentation of it that it isn't the same thing, but it is.
And your interpretation could be totally different. They're like, oh yeah, I'm throwing it, and then you're like, oh no, I'm pulling it, and you're like, oh, and then both of you will look at it and you'll be like, oh, that's completely different, but I love how you did that.
Yeah. No, and that adds it adds a layer to it when you start writing as well as reading, because there's like reading becomes this thing unto itself. I don't know if you guys had a similar thing, but there was a while where I just found it overwhelming to read. I'm glad I got over that, but it was a point where I was like, oh, I can no longer turn off my brain. Like every single moment is me just assessing every sentence, every paragraph, every chapter. It's like I'm looking. I'm like, I feel like I'm in the Matrix and the ones and zeros are flying past. like I see everything. I see too much, But then I got rid of that, thankfully. But now it's still like it's the best thing ever because, like you said, Chatfield, I have the exact same thing reading most books. It's rare that I don't find at least something that I'm like, oh, I need to mark that. I need to bookmark that because I love the way they executed that or the way they did that. It was super interesting. Like there's something, you can tell that it's been thoughtfully done. Whenever there's something that's been thoughtfully done, and even if the execution, I'm like, oh, I didn't like it that much. It's like, it's still, there's something there. There's something like there's a lesson to be learned.
It's really like, I read a couple of series by different authors and I'm like, I read a newer series and then I went to an older series of theirs. And it was really fun seeing, okay, how have you changed between these two things? Like I had a narrator on one series and he did like book 6 and then went and did book 1. And he's like, well, he was like, good God, you've gotten better at this thing. And I was like, oh, wow, how bad is book 1? And so I'm like, hey,
thank you. And I'm so sorry.
And I'm just like, just don't worry about that. And I'm like, okay, I need to go like do book 2 and 3. But just a little bit of that fear.
I've been doing the same thing where I've been talking to a couple of like people who have been reaching out because they want to read Soul Fraud now that they read Ironbound, and I've been like, just as an expectation setter, that's my debut novel compared to 6 later. Really like the series. Be advised that you are stepping back in time.
I know it's always like it's a weird bittersweet thing when I find it like a series I love the series, and then I look at the collection of the author's works and you have that moment of like, do I want to try the old series? And every time I do, and every time I'm like, oh man, most of the time I'm like, wow, they've gotten so much better. I love that for them. That's great. But I cannot continue reading.
Yeah.
Like the expectation is just it's set high.
When you hit magic, it's tough.
Yeah. It's hard to. Yeah, it's definitely, especially like it's one thing going on to a new series. Like sometimes you read an author's works and don't mind the balloon. Sometimes you read an author's works and you're like, and the new series just doesn't grip you. Sorry. Sometimes it's just that was more interesting to you, and you go on and the new thing is, you're like, oh, it's a different sort of setting I'm not into. But when it's an older book, it's a very visceral, like, oh no, this person has more often than not just gotten so much better.
It's like, it's interesting because Codex Alera with Jim Butcher, I stopped reading for like 4 or 5 years. Have I told you this story?
No, but I did the same thing.
Codex Alera was the first book, well, the first series where I was like, I got book 1 and I was like my friends had just been like, yeah, you need to start read this thing, it'll blow your mind. I was like, okay. And I opened that book. I read that book every spare second that I had in the day of like, I remember going to like Toy Story 3, I think it was. And I read the book through the ads. And then when it got to the movie, I watched the movie just going, okay, are we done yet? Are we done yet? Are we done yet? I stood up, taking the book out. I was wearing cargo pants because then the book would fit into them. And
You gotta have
reading the
book pockets.
Yeah.
Well, I was young and immature at that time. I did not know the ways of the world. But
I meant that. I was being sincere just then, by the way. I think you should have book pockets.
Yeah, you gotta have.
I wasn't teasing your cargo pants. I think. I think we should.
Yeah, he got
have
so
book
defensive about the book pocket.
Yeah.
That was
well,
crazy.
I was young. It's like, whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
But like that series made me start reading again, and then it was like, okay, like I have to read. Like when you read something really good, either you have to have a palate cleanser to reset expectations, or you're like you're so hungry for that other read that's going to be like that. And it can be like, it's like, oh, this is frustrating to find it. But like you can it's great. Like it's amazing when you find that.
Dude, I often fall into like a minor depression after reading a really good book like that. It's generally like a week or two of not being able to read because I just want to read that and I've already read it. So it's
I really like the term book hangover.
Yeah. It's definitely. It's like a week or two of just like, oh man, I wish I had more. Just not knowing what to do with my time.
Please, you have one more, please. I just need a little. You got any of that?
Yeah, it's like an extra struggle as well when it's something like, the two obvious ones that, The Song of Ice and Fire or The Name of the Wind, and
Dude,
finishing those ones. Yeah,
book 2 and just being
I remember in like 2013, I was like, I had this moment of like, it's been so long. You know what? I think 2014 is the year. If it's not released, it's going to be announced. And boy, was I wrong. And that's like, it gets worse every single year. It's like, it's over a decade now since that point. It's wild to think about. Yeah, it's tough out there,
I say that having 2 like special editions on my shelf, but it's tough.
I know, because I just want more. Like, I'm such a fan.
100%.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Patrick Rothfuss does a lot of streaming on Twitch, and a friend of mine who had worked at Twitch was getting into writing. She'd been asking me about some stuff, and we'd been talking. And then she was like, "Oh, hey, a friend of mine introduced me to a guy who's an author who streams on Twitch, and he's gonna like do a call with me to talk about like some advice for like first time authors and like what I should expect when I'm getting into." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." She's like, "Yeah, his name's Pat." And I was like, "Pat what?" She was like, "Pat Rothfuss?" And I was like, "Hey, so I need you to go to Goodreads." And she was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Look up Name of the Wind." And she was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Yeah, just so you know, that's who you're talking to."
No pressure.
Yeah. And apparently she had like a lovely conversation, gave her a bunch of like, great writing tips. And she even got me a signed novella by him. But I was like, I know, it was cool. But I was like, just as a FYI of the situation you're about to encounter.
That's crazy. Yeah. No, that's really cool. That's cool. He's been up to that,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be the easy one to be like, oh, he should just be writing instead. But, clearly there's things going on and,
what can you do? Right?
Yeah. It's as much as I would love to read more of his books. It's like, I wish him well. I think it's kind of insane how people can.
I'm not angry. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough thing. I've seen like other authors sort of, present the argument that it's a betrayal. I would never, their words that I am butchering would be like, I would never do that. So therefore I feel, justified in resenting him for doing what he's doing. And it's like, I don't know, it feels like such a lukewarm, well, not lukewarm, just like, I don't know, it feels like just a bad take. Like I can't think of it. It just feels like a bad take. It's like you never know what's going on in other people's heads in their lives. The worst thing would be if he put out something that he wasn't like amazed with, or or that what if he put something out that we're like, oh, just release it, and he releases it, and we're like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the only outcome of that is worse. Yeah.
It's like as nice as it would be to read, because we're fans of it. I don't hate the dude for not having released it yet.
I think the tough part is that like it is correct that it is a betrayal of sorts. It's just like a minor betrayal.
Right? Right. Even using that word feels like it has like the connotations of betrayal is like, you red-weddinged my family, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
just so many worse things have happened to me than one of
betrayal
my
of
favorite series.
expectations.
Yeah. Like I consider when I'm writing that I do have I am making a promise to, like, I've started a series. If you read it now before it's done, I'm gonna finish it, right? Like there is an implication there, but that's not like a holy oath.
No,
I'm gonna do my best, right?
Yeah,
like,
you don't need to commit like ritual S word.
Exactly.
You don't need to, just because I failed. Oh, my family is cursed. I have to now end it all. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like too, there is definitely I do feel obligation to the reader.
I think it's like, I don't know if you get this. I feel an obligation to the characters.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, those
the
guys,
story.
yeah.
The story does come first. It's a balance, right? It's how do you where do you draw the line between like complete service to the reader, keeping them happy, or and there's to yourself. I would argue that doing it for the characters is doing it for yourself, because it's like this, you're the medium through which the story is being told, and you're the one that would really feel hurt if, well, I know I'm speaking for myself here, I'm projecting through 3 layers. I would feel like I betrayed myself if I went completely off the rails. Does that feel true for you?
Behind the curtain, or was like, okay, actually, it's just me who's having this.
I realized as I was saying it, I was like, well, here's what you actually feel. Let me tell you your emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
Does that sort of resonate? Do you feel the same, or are you like, no, these characters are different entities? How dare you, Haylock?
I think the characters are different entities for me, but the story is its own thing that exists to me. And if I don't finish the story, I feel guilty. The story is the host. They are the parasites.
Like a parasite, yeah.
It's also, if you we all have those stories where they're I talked about it earlier, where it's like, okay, there's a story in your head that you want to to do and to get it written, but you don't have the skill to do it right now. But you want to do that story to fulfillment, right? Like sometimes you're like, okay, I can do that in 3 books. Sometimes it's in 5 books. Sometimes you have to change it up, right? I think I make a promise to the reader. If I start the series, I will finish it, just because I never I've read a few series that were really, really good, and then it cuts off, and I'm like, it's why I haven't read Name of the Wind, because I don't know.
No, it's totally valid,
and that's totally fair. Yeah,
and I know that the even if it's beautiful and amazing, and I've heard so many good things about it, if the fact that it doesn't finish really that would be
it sucks.
Point. Yeah,
it does suck. I mean, at this point, anybody who chooses to read it is taking it into their own hands, right? Because the promise has been broken. So don't read it.
At this point, you're doing it to yourself. If you're one of those people that you only read series that have been completed, and then you start reading Name of the Wind, and then you get the second book, and you're like, Pat, what the? It's like, dude, okay, this one's on you. You should have done it. It's
been 15 years.
Yeah. Is that how long it's been since the release?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, it would have been close to. Oh, I want more. Give me more. Straight into my veins. Please.
Oh, dude, I know. 2011. Oh, 15 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a surprisingly 15. It's a surprisingly divisive series for something that I read the first time and was like, oh, this is just it's the first example of perfect literature, which it isn't. It's just
but
I
it's
will
close.
Say, that was one of the books that I read, and I was like, oh, I could never write this. The prose this is before I even knew what the word prose was. I was just like, I was like, oh, I didn't know what the word meant. I was just so enamored with the way that he wrote things. That's how I would describe it to people. every sentence he writes, it feels like the perfect way to write it. It's never too flowery, or if it is very flowery, it's in the right moment, like on a sentence and paragraph structure level. How do you do that? That feels like otherworldly.
Oh yeah. I think the funny thing about like the discourse around people who don't like The Name of the Wind or the sequel, I think is actually the total highlight of people not understanding narrators that we were talking about earlier, which is that like The Name of the Wind, my belief is that it's meant to be hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Like the whole point is that this guy is lying. Right. Like he's clearly, we know from like third party pullout that he is broken, that he is sad, he's depressed, he's a failure.
Yeah.
And all of his stories are like, as I was becoming the most promising, brilliant young man who's ever lived, as I seduced the fairy queen and rocked her world. Like one of my friends was like, oh, I stopped reading after he seduced the fairy queen and rocked her world. And I was like, he's lying. And he went, oh, huh. I was like, yeah, like he said, like that's the point. Like, but I think that's the divisive part is people want to read first person as authoritative. And it's not.
Yeah. No, like immediately like people always like, oh, he's such an asshole. He's so up himself, and it's like, yeah. Like you're reading like the story device is like talking about the past, like, and it's this person who is now like just like distilled depression, and it's just like a pair of eyes. Whoop. It's fine. We can show the eyes. Okay. No full face reveal for the sun today. Yeah, no, it's just, so very sad character, obviously going through, like, is so down on himself, like, clearly hates himself, hates everything that happened, and now he gets a chance to relive it and tell the story properly. I wonder if he's going to embellish the ddetails, or maybe not embellish, but he's just saying it. He's telling it truthfully, just the way he saw it. Like it's the most unreliable of narrators.
There's oh, go ahead.
It's interesting because we talked about Sun Eater, we've talked about Empire of the Vampire, and now we're talking about Name of the Wind, and all three of those books have an unreliable narrator leading the story, and also past reflections, right, with present alterations. So it's interesting that those books have interested us so much that we're talking about them, which also means that like there's clearly like interest there.
Well, Empire of Vampire is essentially Name of the Wind. And I don't mean that in like a negative way, but I mean that he literally jacked the style. Like Name of the Wind is third person in the present and first person being told a story when they go into the past, like straight up like Empire of Vampire, which is awesome. I'm glad that we've reached a moment where we're cool with yoinking that style, because nobody else did it for so long because it was so definitive. And I was like, if he's not going to finish it, then I want other people to use it as a rhetorical device because I love it, right?
Yeah.
So ZB Steele's Song of the Damned is also, which is like a new indie, which is very like Empire, Vampire, Name of the Wind coded. He does the same thing. Third person in the present, first person when he's like narrating his thing and he's at his like peak of power and it's his rise. Love it. I think that there's a big interest about when the story is being told in the narration. Because first person present or first person past are always either like you're living in it right now or third person, or this happened at some point and it's not really relevant when. But those stories are all being told where the character is at a certain juncture and they're doing the like movie, like, I bet you wondered how I ended up in this situation.
Yeah.
And it's about getting there. And then they all have influence that like feeds into that. And I actually think that that's like a massive, like next level storytelling device about when the story is. We don't use it very much in Western literature.
I think it can be very powerful. It's definitely like words have yet to land in my brain this morning, but like I had like maybe like a survivorship bias, like as in those ones survive the reader and make it on to be these wildly successful series. It's not to say that like every time that device is used that it always flies out the gate and does well, but it shows the heights that it can soar to, I think, when it's done well.
It's like a big part of indie writing is I really enjoyed this thing. Okay, actually, what was the book that made you go, I like this, but I want to write it better? Actually, we probably shouldn't say that.
I'm not going to say it, but I know the book.
Dangerous.
Listen.
We're not going to vocalize that.
Dangerous.
Yeah. In the indie space, I will say it's like I feel better about saying it about indie books, because the books I'm talking about, it's probably not that the author lacks skill. It's that they took the direct choice to sort of rush it out, for lack of a better word. They put themselves on a time constraint. They wrote the book. They know that if their goal is monetary gain, they're better off publishing more books that are less polished. And that's okay. It makes my soul scream a little bit because that's not my goal, but it's totally fine for them to have that. If that's what they want to do, it's okay. It's okay. Andrew, stop complaining. It's okay. They're allowed to do it, dude. I can see you.
I'm on your side of this. Don't even, okay? Seth and Chatfield were rage baiting me about this earlier, okay? You and I are like the two obsessive editors of the group. Yes.
Yeah, they can Scrooge McDuck in their piles of gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there's definitely there's a lot of those where I would read it and be like, man, this was so close to being really good. Yeah. It's probably the same thing as those 3 or 4 star reviews that trickle through to me where they're like, I love this. It's just that this thing happened. And then sometimes reading, you're like, damn, they're right. I hate that.
It is interesting of the behind the scenes is, okay, most authors I've found have read Narnia. Most authors have a single thing where they're like, okay, I really like books, but this one thing I wish they expanded on it. It's not that they and usually it's they don't hate the book at all. It's I love this so much, I want to explore this thing more. And it's just to do that, you start writing a series. Or hey, I want to see this part or this thing and and then you have a life of chasing that. Hey, I maybe next one's going to be a good book.
Isn't that funny, dude?
One day, dude.
I always wondered, it's totally separate, but I always wondered what the if there was an evolutionary purpose behind the Dunning-Kruger effect. I always wondered. I was always like, what is the purpose of this thing? Why is overconfidence so good? And then I was like, oh, it's so we try things. Because the Dunning-Kruger effect, let me tell you, it was strong. I'm not sure, because you can't look at your own work objectively, so I'm not sure how close I got to my first novel, which will never see the light of day on Amazon, being as good as I thought I could do when compared to something I read, and I was like, oh, it's okay. It came in clutch there. Shout out, because otherwise I may never have started. If you truly know how bad I could or how bad it could be, because I didn't have any literary training at all. I was just reading a lot of books. I was super ADHD. My lady years of high school were anything other than math. I was like, let's go. Math and science. I could focus on this. And English, I was just because the lack of the black. I like the black and white. Tell me I can be right. Tell me I can be wrong. Let's go. I can focus on that all day. And English is just depending on the person, they're just this is the worst thing ever. This is the best thing ever. It was a very frustrating thing.
Yeah, you can make up whatever answer you want to. English, I did English for school. I don't know why. I didn't really learn anything, but it just taught you okay, I could just.
Oh, you're speaking English pretty good right now, bro.
Yeah, it's real good, real good. Learned that when I was 4. I just kept on doing it.
Yeah, it's okay. I still am really unclear on what a comma actually does. So,
dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So
they're a social construct.
This is a massive frustration to me. I finally got to understand and use M dashes really well.
Oh yeah, no, now they're illegal.
And now because my characters, they're usually when they're having a conversation, they'll have a break in conversation, and they're okay, that cadence, that parameter of how they talk, it makes sense to use M dashes. And now I'm I just finally unlocked this secret code, and now we're just ellipses.
You can pry my M dashes from my cold day.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. I don't care. Okay,
no,
our books came out
come
before
for me, robot overlords.
Yeah. We started before. Okay, we're fine. I genuinely feel bad for newer authors, because now how do you establish yourself? Now you have to worry about the AI accusations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love them. I love them to death.
Yeah.
I love all of them. They're
semicolons
great. Probably a little bit too much sometimes. Semicolons, I do love semicolons.
You want to know my hot take about semicolons? I hate using semicolons in fantasy. Because they feel too modern to me. It feels like a sentence that is immediately modern, regardless of anything. And so, in a high fantasy setting, I hate using semicolons. Just know if there is a semicolon, there are semicolons in Ironbound, but I fought about every single one. And most of the time, my editor now will flag this and be like, this needs to be a period or a semicolon. And it is a period every time.
Yeah.
We can do like, all right, Mr. Haylock, if people want to find you, where should they go?
I'm currently on the east coast of Australia, but I get around if you want to.
On the internet.
On the internet.
On the internet. Well, if you want to Google my weird
header.
name, if you want to Google Haylock, that generally brings up something. I'm on social media sporadically, terrible at it. You can find my books on Amazon.
We got to work on this. What is this?
Yeah, like this is historic. I'm just bad at shouting myself out. You can, I don't know, if you want to find my stuff, you can find my stuff. Heretical Fishing is okay, I guess. This is not me spinning it, by the way. It's not me. My son is spinning my chair. He's been very well behaved for the past 2 hours.
Yeah, we gotta let him have his dad back.
He's full of beans now.
Fair enough.
He's decided I'm facing this way. All right, I'll see you later.
Cheers.
Yeah. My chair just starts rolling away.
Yeah. All right.
Bear, fade me out.
He went into the sunset, and it was a very...
And off he goes to fish forever.
Yeah, no, definitely, though, like, if anyone is looking for, like, more cozy, like, fun vibes, and also, like, getting back to nature, I would definitely recommend Heretical Fishing. Wow, I can't...
Heretical Fiction? Yeah.
Heretical Fiction.
That's
all right.
How dare you spoil the title of my next series?
It's a librarian who has to show them how to ethically sort library. He teaches them the Dewey Decimal System.
Stop spinning me, bro. He's too strong. What are they feeding you?
It's them nutrients. It's all them fish.
I'm helping, he says. I'm helping.
Yeah, true.
It's like, Dad, you're done. You get out of here. But the
effective.
other question is, now you've gone through this, what do you think the title of this show should be?
Heretical Fiction. The spin is crazy. Yeah, it's got to be Heretical Fiction.
There you go. All right, we'll put that on the list.
Yeah.
What was the other thing you were saying? The not per capita.
Oh, per bookita.
Per bookita.
Yeah.
Per bookita.
Yeah, that's an option too. I'll leave it in your handsome faces. I'll leave it with you.
Not an option.
We talked about that with Sass, and Sass was like, "That's not a word." He was like, He's like, "Not going in my dictionary."
He sounds like my editor. Like the amount of time. I think she stopped flagging those because I don't know. If a word sounds like it should be a word, I just like, yeah, okay, we're using it. That's fun.
How
I like
cozy.
That. Yeah. How whimsical of me. And then, editor brain is, I'm getting dragged away. Editor brain is like, absolutely not. That's what the editor does. She just pulls me away from the computer. Just slowly step back from the keyboard. I'm so sorry, Crystal. This is who I am as a person.
He's like, oh my God, my understanding of the organization is just melting.
Everything makes sense now.
He's doing it again. Yeah.
All right. Well, it has been a joy.
Thanks so much,
Thank you, Mr. Haylock.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon.